9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu. Allumage. Décollage. Tous les paramètres propulsifs sont normaux et la trajectoire est normale.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage, lift-off. Pilotage normal. Propulsion normale.
Normal propulsion.
Fin des manœuvres en roulis.
Small rolling operation performed.
La trajectoire est normale, les paramètres sont normaux à bord.
At an altitude already above 6,000 meters.
Tous les paramètres sont normaux.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top, allumage Vulcain.
Voilà, le moteur principal Vulcain est mis à feu. 6 secondes plus tard, les deux boosters.
Allumage EAP, décollage. Tout paramètre mort domino.
Décollage d'Ariane 5, troisième vol de qualification.
Voilà, donc ce vol de qualification, le dernier avant le programme commercial d'Ariane 5, semble se dérouler parfaitement. Dans quelques dizaines de secondes, les boosters auront terminé leur office et ils tomberont dans l'océan. Ils seront ensuite récupérés afin d'être étudiés.
1200 tonnes
Manœuvre en roulis.
à pousser.
Voilà, il faut savoir que le moteur, les deux moteurs que vous voyez actuellement des deux côtés d'Ariane dégagent une puissance colossale. Il y a 237 de poudre, 237 tonnes de poudre dans chaque propulseur.
Des laveurs de lancement.
Des propulseurs qui vont brûler pendant 130 secondes. Quant au moteur Vulcain, le moteur central, il dégage lui une puissance qui est équivalente à 2 TGV.
Normal, tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
10, 9, 8,
Voici le compte à rebours.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top. Allumage. Allumage des EAP. Décollage. Les paramètres sont normaux.
Vous assistez en direct sur Euronews au décollage d'Ariane 5.
Tous les paramètres sont normaux.
Ce décollage se passe bien pour le moment. Tous les paramètres sont normaux d'après le centre spatial de Kourou.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Allumage.
We have ignition. We
Allumage
have
des
liftoff.
étages accélérateurs et décollage.
And we have an impressive light.
Tous les paramètres de propulsion sont normaux.
We're into the tilt and roll maneuver
Trajectoire
already.
normale. Tous les paramètres de propulsion sont normaux.
Completed. We have no picture because of the cloud, but we can tell you that now, as of this second, Ariane is supersonic.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top, allumage, allumage Vulcain, allumage aux UAP et décollage.
We have liftoff, we have liftoff.
Beautiful pictures. We have now beginning of the tilt and roll maneuvers.
Juan, we can feel the launcher. We can feel the spacecraft as it goes above the building here. We can feel the walls vibrating.
Paramètres sont nominaux.
That's right. We are at 14 kilometers from the launch pad. Only now we start hearing it.
We also see half of the people in the Jupiter room here have gone outside to watch this from the outside.
Most of the light here comes from
pilotage est calme, tous les paramètres sont normaux.
Powerful, solid boosters, and the range operations manager is reassuring us all onboard parameters are nominal.
Okay. This is a much more powerful launching than the Ariane 4 launch.
Tous les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Just one of the boosters is providing the same thrust as a full Ariane 4.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top.
Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Les paramètres bord sont nominaux. Les paramètres bord sont nominaux.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Top, allumage EAP, décollage. Paramètres bord correct.
This is Ariane flight 140, rising above the night sky of Kourou.
Paramètres bord correct.
At Europe Spaceport. The range operations manager is confirming over and over all.
Fin de première manœuvre en roulis.
All parameters on board are normal. The first roll maneuver is completed, and we're seeing this through a camera
La trajectoire est normale.
at the Toucan normal trajectory. Toucan is one of the close-up viewing sites, as you now know, at less than 5 kilometers from the launch pad. Only now the rumble of the vehicle arrives here, where we are at Jupiter, 12 kilometers away.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux. Propulsifs sont corrects.
Well, she has emerged from the clouds, and you can see the EAPs, those are the boosters burning, those are the two outer points of light, as Ariane roaring up towards her destination, pouring out each of those EAPs is 600 tons.
La trajectoire est normale.
DDO is saying that the trajectory is normal.
Well, each EAP is 31 meter high. They weigh 278 tons with 238 solid propellant, 540 tons of thrust at liftoff, and a maximum of 600 tons of thrust.
And that thrust is 90% of the total thrust at liftoff coming from those two boosters.
La trajectoire est normale.
Normal
Tous les paramètres sont normaux.
Everything fine on board, the DDO says.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage.
So, Henry, you just ran outside to see the launch with your own eyes. How was that?
Well, actually, I've still got in my retina the light from the boosters, because it's incredible, practically daylight out there, and the rocket went very fast. And we're
warming up there. Enjoy the liftoff. We'll be back.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage. Allumage EAP. Décollage. Début de basculement. Les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. Fin de la manœuvre en roulis.
Oh boy, some spectacular shots of Ariane roaring off the pad. This is from a camera which is a little closer than we are, about 2 miles. Thundering up into the clear night, you saw and heard, no doubt.
Trajectoire nominale.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top.
Le moteur Vulcain est en route. Les propulseurs d'appoint également. C'est la mise à feu.
Décollage.
Ariane 5 a donc pris son envol. Tous les paramètres sont normaux d'après les informations que nous recevons de la base de Kourou en Guyane française.
The radar antennas facing the ground antenna.
Everything is normal. The DDO is saying it's a beautiful night. The people on the beach and lining the roads in and out of the space center.
Le 155e vol d'Ariane 5 se passe très bien.
À droite de votre écran.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top.
Le moteur s'allume.
Allumage. Décollage.
Voilà donc à première vue, lancement réussi pour Ariane 5+. Il s'agit du premier lancement de ce type de fusée, ce tout nouveau type de fusée qui fait du lanceur européen Ariane le plus puissant sur le marché mondial, puisque cette fusée est capable de mettre en orbite 10 tonnes. Pour cet essai, elle ne porte une charge utile que de 8 tonnes, un tout petit peu plus de 8 tonnes, composée de 2 satellites de communication et d'un lest d'à peu près 2 tonnes. Ariane 5+ est chargé de mettre ces 2 satellites de télécommunication en orbite géostationnaire à quelques 36 000 km de la Terre.
Ariane Espace doit donc mettre en orbite 2 satellites de télécommunication, l'un pour l'opérateur australien.
8, 7, 6,
et nous entendons donc le décompte.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Les réacteurs se mettent en marche. Ariane Espace devrait décoller. Voilà, elle décolle. Elle s'arrache à l'attraction terrestre. Et visiblement, jusqu'à présent, le tir semble bien se dérouler. Ariane Espace donc qui devra mettre en orbite 2 satellites de télécommunication, l'un pour l'opérateur australien Optus et le ministère australien de la Défense, et le second pour un client japonais, Spainsat.
Trajectoire est nominale.
À l'image donc Ariane Espace, un tir qui pour l'instant semble réussi, la fusée du consortium européen qui s'arrache à l'attraction terrestre pour aller rejoindre son orbite géostationnaire.
Toujours aussi impressionnant. Malheureusement, la couverture est basse.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
Et nous ne pourrons pas la suivre aussi longtemps qu'on l'aimerait, cette Ariane 5. On l'entend en ce moment même passer au-dessus de nos têtes. Et je peux vous dire...
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu.
Et c'est parti pour le... Bien sûr, en Europe et en Guyane, on croise les doigts pour que ce décollage réussisse, ce lancement réussisse. On se rappelle de l'échec d'Ariane 5 tombé en mer en décembre 2002, quelques minutes après son décollage. Alors l'Europe qui avait déjà envoyé vers Mars en juin dernier une première sonde va peut-être concrétiser donc un autre projet d'exploration interplanétaire avec Smart 1.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Décollage. Les paramètres au bord sont normaux.
All systems go, says the DDO. You saw Ariane 5 came roaring off the pad rather swiftly, too. She takes off at a good clip. She rose about 12 seconds and rolled over for to get the final, the optimum trajectory going east, also for better radar reception. Lighting up the night sky over there. You see she's racing through the clouds now. On her way, sending Rosetta on her mission.
Tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final.
We'll let the DDO call out the final moments. We'll be back with you after liftoff.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage. Décollage.
Mighty roar of the big engines on the big Ariane 5 as she lifted off from the pad. You saw all the smoke and the flames billowing out from the core cryogenic stage, which is burning, and the two boosters lighting up the night sky here in Kourou, disappearing for a brief moment in the clouds. Marianne has just returned. You went out on the balcony to watch the launch. You're beaming.
This is absolutely wonderful. I mean, this is unique each time. It's a great moment.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage AP et décollage. Les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Et va propulser la fusée dans l'espace.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu. Allumage Vulcain.
Voilà, la mise à feu en direct.
Allumage des EAP, décollage.
Et Ariane qui s'élance maintenant dans l'espace, qui suit pour le moment une trajectoire parfaitement rectiligne et qui devrait bientôt
dévier légèrement vers l'est. Voilà, c'est ce qui est en train de se passer. Tout se passe bien pour l'instant.
Toujours aussi impressionnantes ces images de décollage, mais là particulièrement impressionnantes.
Voilà, très impressionnant de voir cette fusée.
On attendait cette image depuis...
Tracer cette grande gerbe blanche dans le ciel. On imagine aussi la satisfaction des ingénieurs d'Ariane Espace.
C'est en cours.
A priori, ce lancement semble pour l'instant se dérouler parfaitement.
On entend les bruits d'ici, la vibration est impressionnante dans la
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 0. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP. Décollage.
Big fiery ball as Ariane comes roaring off the pad. Finally, you see the two boosters burning. When she gets a little higher, the camera will get under it, and you'll be able to see the ring of fire in the middle, which is the main engine. Nice shots.
Yes.
Séquence finale pour le top des comptes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Les paramètres bord sont normaux.
We are underway. You saw Ariane come roaring off the pad through the low cloud cover. The main core engine, the Vulcan, which you saw lit up, I hope everybody counted until 7 before the liftoff, lighting up the sky here over Kourou with the two boosters burning now.
And these two boosters deliver 90% of the thrust, which is enormous. You have 1,200 tons of thrust at that stage, and which means that, as you have seen, the Ariane is taking off. This Ariane 5 is taking off very, very quickly with something around 1.6 G of acceleration.
Remember, it's
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu. Allumage. Allumage des EAP et décollage. Les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Superbe, rien ne dépasse la puissance, la vitesse, l'élégance de la plus extraordinaire machine jamais construite, le lanceur spatial, un engin qui défie les lois de la nature avec un bruit toujours impressionnant.
Et qu'on entend.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage de la paix, décollage.
Dix, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top, allumage Vulcain. Top, allumage des étages d'accélération à poudre et décollage.
She blows, hauling
Tous les
herself
paramètres bord sont normaux.
against the Earth's gravity, and it always gives me goosebumps watching the launch. All 780 tons of her, that's the equivalent of 2 jumbo jets, a 55-meter-high, 12-story
Pression
building.
foyer normale.
And after the initial 6-second vertical climb, we rotated to the east, and we're now heading out over the Atlantic Ocean.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP et décollage.
We are off and running once again with some spectacular shots of Ariane rising into the night sky. Remember that 780 tons lighting up the beaches there. It's always an impressive sight. The people come from all over to see it. We are in the first of 4 flight phases for the Ariane launch. The first 3 are powered. The first is the core stage, and the booster stage. The DDO saying everything is normal on board.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu. Allumage. Décollage.
Shots of Ariane rising into the late afternoon sky over the forests of French Guiana. Now following her programmed flight plan in the onboard computer, she's tracked by our camera here on the ground. 780, that's 780 tons lifting off. We'll have a mass profile, a running one from Jean-Michel as she sheds some of that weight. And absolutely.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Décollage.
Encore un lancement à l'heure cette année?
Oui, et on a tout fait pour.
Alors le lanceur s'est envolé dans un immense
Fin de la manœuvre
fumée.
en roulis.
Mais bon, le spectacle impressionnant que l'on voit d'habitude, malheureusement, eh bien, on n'a pas pu y assister trop. Quoique là, on récupère enfin le lanceur. Ah oui, le plafond est bas ce soir, vous l'avez dit.
La trajectoire est normale.
Petite saison des pluies ici, donc en Guyane.
Mais on
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu. Allumage. Décollage.
Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP et décollage.
DDO says everything is normal on board. Some fine shots. You saw Ariane come roaring off the pad, a bolt of light still rising into the clouds. You can see the two boosters burning. And if we get a shot, you'll see the main engine burning in between those two. Always an impressive sight. She's beginning to roll over now to begin the trajectory, which is pre-programmed into the onboard computer. Count to 6 and the boosters will light up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage.
Dix, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu. Allumage. Allumage des EAP et décollage. La trajectoire lanceur est normale.
The vehicle has worked its way perfectly in the sky of Kourou. A little bit cloudy, but we have very nice shots. Mother Nature is with us tonight.
Thanks.
So coming on T plus 60 seconds, 1 minute, we have now exceeded the speed of
Tous
sound.
les paramètres bord sont normaux, la trajectoire est normale.
Final countdown, we'll be back. Enjoy it, everybody.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top, allumage Vulcain. Top, allumage des étages d'accélération en poudre. Décollage.
Well, some fine shots, always an impressive sight. The DDO is calling out that all is normal and nominal on board. Always an impressive sight. Ariane lifting off from the pad here, 775 tons leaving the Earth at liftoff, burning.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité 0. Allumage Vulcain. Oui. Allumage EAP, décollage.
Voilà, superbes images. Ariane 5 s'est envolée au-dessus d'un nuage de fumée avec une traînée de feu. Vous la voyez, Ariane 5 qui allume la lumière sur la nuit de Kourou. Pour beaucoup, rien ne dépasse la puissance, la vitesse, l'élégance de cette extraordinaire machine.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain, allumage des EAP et décollage.
Finale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage. Décollage. Trajectoire normale. La trajectoire est normale. Les paramètres sont normaux.
Eh bien, je vous ai laissé admirer ces images, mais ce spectacle est toujours impressionnant avec cette lumière quasi solaire qui vient d'illuminer la nuit et le lanceur s'est envolé au-dessus d'un nuage de fumée dans un bruit assourdissant.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité 0. Allumage Vulcain. Décollage.
clouds through some low clouds, but you see roaring right through that, lighting up the night sky. Here I asked Luce if she was going outside because some of the invited guests here go outside and watch liftoff from the balcony, but you choose to stay in here and do the play-by-play. The key figure to keep in mind right now is 780. That's 780 tons, the mass at liftoff of Ariane.
Not so much now, but it's because it's decreasing very, very fast.
She's rapidly shedding all that because most of it's fuel.
And here we can hear the noise. You can hear it.
The noise is just coming from the 14 kilometers away.
Here in the mission center in Jupiter.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du moteur Vulcain. Top. Allumage des EAP et décollage. Tous les paramètres bord sont nominaux.
There she blows, hauling herself against the gravity of the Earth, and however many times you see that, I don't think it's ever less impressive. After the 6-second vertical climb, we rotated to the east. We're heading out across the Atlantic. We're burning 3 engines. We've got 2 on the boosters and 1 on the main stage. We're just hearing the sound of the vehicle now as she flies over.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des étages d'accélération à poudre et décollage.
Let's work its way perfectly in the sky of Kourou. Very, very nice shot, and actually Mother Nature is with us tonight.
We're coming up on just over the 50-second mark now. Ariane 5 has just broken the sound barrier here in Kourou, and we'll begin to hear the rumble in just a moment as here it comes, as the building shakes under the awesome power of the Ariane 5 ECA roaring toward orbit.
Well, DDO said everything is fine on board, so first downrange station Galileo near Kourou is giving now good telemetry data. You can see in the sky the 2 boosters burning, and in the middle the main core and stage engine.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres sont normaux.
And up into the clouds, the DDO saying that everything is normal on board. Some fine shots, Ariane rising into the night sky over French Guiana, going through the clouds, illuminating the forests and the beaches and the many observation sites. Ariane now on her way, we are underway, with the double payload for Eutelsat to cross the Atlantic in less than a quarter of an hour.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage AP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. Début de la manœuvre accomplie, les paramètres sont nominaux.
Nice pictures as Ariane makes her way up into the night sky over French Guyana. Did you count to 7? Did you see all the milestones?
Et trajectoire nominale.
Into the clouds. The DDO is saying that everything is okay on board. Always an impressive sight here. 7.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP et décollage.
Alex into the mic saying, my God, fabulous. Wonderful shots into the blue sky.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des étages d'accélération à poudre et décollage. Les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Awesome. The Ariane 5 ECA has roared into the skies above Kourou. This is my third launch. It takes my breath away every time. Dirk has already come back in. What do you think, man?
Oh, yes, that was just amazing. This sound, this light, that is really something. That is 1,350 tons of thrust that boosts this amazing machine into the sky. About
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage.
Beautiful. Coming roaring off the pad, Ariane 5 into the night sky, being followed by the naked eye. Will probably be able to see booster separation. We might even be able to see farther. 180, that's 780 tons at liftoff, which final countdown. We'll be back in about half a minute.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage Vulcain. Confirmé. Top, allumage EAP. Décollage.
so, right on time. Ariane is lifting off, burning the engines, leaving the Earth's atmosphere into the night sky over French Guiana. Fine shots, they're always very impressive. Did you remember to count to 7? You saw that sequence to boosters lighting. The DDO is calling out everything is fine on board.
Allumage Vulcain. Décollage. Fonctionnement du lanceur est nominal. Et la trajectoire est normale.
C'est un vol de jour, hein. Ce sont vraiment de superbes images là. Le bruit, la lumière, c'est vraiment époustouflant. Et c'est vrai que quand on est sur la terrasse de Jupiter, on ressent vraiment la puissance des EAP.
Alors les EAP, les étages d'accélération à propergol solide, assurent 90% de la poussée au décollage, qui est de l'ordre de 1500 tonnes. Ils consomment en moyenne chacun 2 tonnes de propergol solide par seconde.
Un débit extrêmement impressionnant. Mais alors concrètement, Pierre-Yves, qu'est-ce que le propergol solide?
Alors le propergol solide, c'est un matériau à l'aspect d'un caoutchouc dans lequel on aurait mis du sel fin.
Tiens, donc,
je vais être un peu plus précis. En fait, il est constitué d'un polymère enrobant de petites particules de perchlorate d'ammonium et d'aluminium. Et l'ensemble brûle de façon progressive en libérant des gaz extrêmement chauds de l'ordre de 3300 degrés Celsius.
Alors à cet instant, il faut savoir qu'on est déjà à 2 fois la vitesse du son, à Mach 2.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final.
And we're back after Ariane has cleared the tower.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage Vulcain. Confirmé. Top, allumage EAP, décollage. Les paramètres avant sont normaux.
Well, the DDO says that all is normal on board. You saw Ariane rise zooming off into the night sky, lighting up the sky here in Kourou at 19 hours and 01 minutes local time. She began her mission. She was right on time. These are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des étages d'accélération à poudre et décollage.
All right, watch for that. We'll see it when Ariane has cleared the tower.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage des EAP et décollage.
Well, at 17:45 local time and right on time, Ariane began her mission, breaking through the low cloud cover into the clear blue sky above French Guiana here. Always very, very impressive sights. Our cameraman, René Zamor, is out in the balcony, and he's filming us. We have 7 cameras, actually, 5 in Jupiter, 2 on the site, giving us shots that are always impressive. We have a lot.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Everything on board is nominal as normal, says the DDO. At 18:51 local time and right on time, Ariane began her mission. We're having better visibility than I thought we did. The weather's been clear all week, but we had a storm last night and cloudy today. But you can see Ariane rising up into the night sky over French Guiana.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. Les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
And there she blows, hauling herself against the gravity of the Earth.
Clear the tower.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage des EAP et décollage. La trajectoire est normale.
So with only a 24-hour delay, which is nothing in the space business, Ariane lifting off from French Guiana, powering her way up through the clouds into the clear sky. You see over the beaches and over the forest here. Our cameraman, René Zamor, out on the terrace with the guests and with Samir, taking these fine shots. Always very...
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage Vulcain. Confirmé. Top, allumage EAP, décollage. Les paramètres à bord sont normaux. Dix, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. les paramètres bord sont normaux, la trajectoire est nominale.
Absolutely awesome. The Ariane 5 ECA has roared into the skies above Kourou. This is my 4th time here, and it takes my breath away every single time. As we close in on the 1-minute mark, Ariane 5 is about to break the sound barrier here in Kourou, and I know from experience in just a moment, this building is going to start shaking as that Ariane goes over, and we can hear the sound now.
You can hear it right now, yeah.
And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain, décollage.
Well, much better visibility than we dared hope for just maybe even an hour ago. It's been raining and overcast most of the day, but some fine shots at liftoff of Ariane roaring off the pad into the gray, trailing the gold plumes as she makes her way up into the sky over French Guyana. Final countdown. We'll be back after Ariane has cleared the tower.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité 0. Allumage du moteur Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. À bord sont normaux.
So, right on time with the new launch window, Ariane began her mission, blasting off the pad, leaving the trail of gold behind her. Very clear shots. We mentioned
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP. Décollage.
So, right on time at 18:38 local and right on target. Ariane began her mission. You saw her come roaring up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage Vulcain. Allumage confirmé. Top, allumage EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
Well, we lost her to the low clouds early, but in a blaze of light, there she is coming back out of the clouds, roaring off the pad. The DDO says everything is normal, propulsion and trajectory. In a blaze of light and a trail of gold as Ariane 5 reaches into the skies above French Guyana on her way to deliver ATV3, which will make her way to the International Space Station next week.
We've lost. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. La propulsion est nominale, les paramètres bord sont nominaux.
And there she goes, hauling herself against the gravity of the Earth. After the initial 6-second vertical climb, we rotated to the east and we're now heading out over the Atlantic Ocean. We're burning 3 engines, the Vulcan you saw there in the images, plus 2 boosters, but it's the boosters that are doing all the work here. Their job's to get us away from the Earth, and we need an awful lot of firepower to push us against gravity.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage confirmé. Top, allumage EAP, décollage. Lift-off, c'est bon. Première manœuvre d'orientation du lanceur. Les paramètres à bord sont normaux, la trajectoire est nominale.
And there she goes, hauling herself against the gravity of the Earth. We've rotated to the east. We're heading out over the Atlantic.
We'll let you watch the countdown. We'll be back after liftoff.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
Beautiful, beautiful daytime shots, which we don't always get, of Ariane roaring off the pad into the sky over French Guiana. The DDO is saying all is nominal, all is okay. On board at 17:54 local time, and right on time she took off.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du moteur Vulcain. Allumage des 2 EAP, décollage. Paramètres bord normaux.
Well, we're underway. Beautiful shots. Close up. This is taken by our cameraman Zaza out at the terrace. Hope Pierre-Yves is enjoying himself. Did you see the cryo arms swing open, and did you count to 7? Right on time at 18:18 local time. Ariane 5 began her mission lifting off perfectly from the ground, powering off the pad through the low clouds and into the skies above French Guiana here. These are beautiful shots, always impressive. Ariane rising into the sky, look at that, above French Guiana.
10, 9,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont lumineux.
Well, the cryogenic arms swung open right on time, triggering the ignition sequence. Did you count to 7? At 18:05 local, right on time, Ariane 5 began her mission, lifting off perfectly, thundering off the ground here in French Guiana, beginning mission number 6 for this year, carrying Eutelsat 21B and Star 1C3.
Dix, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage.
Wow, beautiful pictures again of Ariane coming roaring off the pad, leaving a trail of gold. I think we've lost her in the clouds. There she is. Did you see the cryo arms open at -5? Did you count to 7?
Tous les paramètres sont nominaux.
Everything is on board is okay, says the DDO. At 18:36 local time and right on time, Ariane began her mission, lifting off from the ground here in French Guiana, beginning her first mission of the year, rising into the clear skies over French Guiana, weighing 775 tons right now. She's burning 5 tons of fuel per second, if you can believe that, 2.5 tons in each booster, and the core stage burning an additional 300 kilograms of fuel per second.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
And so we are underway. Did you see at 18:52 local time and right on time, Ariane 5 began her mission, lifting off beautifully, showing a lot of power right from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, beginning her second mission of the year, the 20-ton ATV going to the International Space Station. Beautiful shots, always impressive for the people at the observation sites around the base, in their cars or on the beaches. Ariane lifting off in her trail of gold. She's making a turn now. She's going to pass overhead
We're about 15 kilometers from a launch pad, and even here you can still feel the sensation of launch. But if you're watching from that closed viewing station, which is only 5 kilometers away, you can really experience that sensation of the acoustic noise from those two solid rocket boosters, as they provide right now 90% of the thrust, propelling the launch along its trajectory at ever higher velocity. It really is.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage.
Right up through the clouds she goes at 16:54 local, and right on time. Ariane 5 beginning her mission, lifting off perfectly from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, beginning her third mission of the year. The DDO is saying that all is okay on board. These beautiful shots, always impressive for the people on the observation sites here at the base, in their cars or on the beaches, watching Ariane rising into the sky, leaving a trail of gold.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Sont normaux.
Well, the arms swung back as scheduled. We had ignition. You saw it. Ariane 5 beginning her mission, rising off the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, beginning her fourth flight of the year right on time at 17:30 local, carrying Eutelsat 25B, SHale-1, and GSAT-7. Under me, you can hear the DDO's voice saying that all is well on board. Fine shots of a daytime launch, which is not always the case, always impressive no matter how many times you see Ariane powering up into the sky.
Attention pour décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage confirmé. Top, allumage UAP, décollage. Lift off, c'est parti. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
Dix, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP. Décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des deux EAP et décollage. les paramètres à bord sont normaux. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux, la propulsion est nominale.
And we're off. Ariane 5 powering out into the night sky here at the Guyana Space Center. That's
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage 2 EAP. Décollage. Les paramètres à bord sont normaux, la trajectoire est nominale. Paramètres à bord sont normaux, la trajectoire est nominale.
A picture's worth 1,000 words. The rumble in the Amazon jungle that you're hearing right now is the Ariane 5 ECA as it makes its way into the sky over Kourou. Again, it's my fifth Ariane 5 launch I've had the honor to do. Takes my breath away every time, and in just a moment, well, we've just crossed the speed of sound, and now the rumble comes. If you were here, you could feel this building shake as the Ariane 5 roars above us right now. It is one incredible... Look at that view on the camera.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage UAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux. Fin de la manœuvre de basculement.
So, did you watch the arms pull back right on time? We had ignition. You saw Ariane 5 begin her mission rising off the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, right on time, carrying Intelsat 30 and RSat 1. The DDO is saying that all is well on board. We're underway. The boosters providing over 90% of the thrust right now, propelling the launcher along its trajectory at an ever-increasing velocity.
Tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage 2 EAP. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
That rumble echoing across the Amazon jungle is the mighty Ariane 5 as it roars into the skies above Kourou. My 7th time I've had a chance to be here. Takes my breath away every time. 54 seconds into flight, Ariane 5 has already broken the sound barrier here in Kourou. The massive Jupiter facility is going to start shaking in just a moment, and we can begin hearing the sounds now. And there it is, as the Ariane 5 roars out over Devil's Island and into the sky above French Guiana.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. La propulsion est nominale.
There she goes, hauling herself against the gravity of
La
our
propulsion est
planet.
nominale.
Everything's normal, he says. The propulsion is normal. We broke the sound barrier at 48 seconds after launch and went into Mach 1. And we're only now getting the sound here at the Jupiter Control Center as she flies over. I can feel the ground shaking.
À tous des DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage EAP. Décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. Fin de la manœuvre en roulis, la trajectoire est nominale.
There's a new rumble in the Amazon jungle, and that's the mighty Amazon Ariane 5, rather, the ECA, as she roars out toward Devil's Island. I get so excited because...
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité. Top, allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage confirmé. Top, allumage AP, décollage. Les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Les paramètres bord sont normaux.
So the arms swung back as scheduled. You saw it there. We had ignition, and you saw Ariane 5 begin her mission, rising off the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, right on time, at little past the original launch window, because we had the hold in the countdown. But we're fine now. The DDO says everything is okay on board. With
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage.
It's become my trademark to call it the rumble in the Amazon jungle, and it really is as the mighty Ariane 5 ECA roars out toward Devil's Island. One of those bucket list events of watching an Ariane 5 thunder into the sky from CSG. A minute into the launch, and the Ariane 5 has already broken the sound barrier here at Corbu. And this
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage.
Well, we are underway. Did you watch the arms pull back as scheduled? And did you count to 7? After those 7 seconds, a slight wait, and then boom, away we go. You saw Ariane 5 begin her mission, rising off the ground here in French Guiana, leaving a trail of gold, and right on time. 1834 local with their 2 passengers, Arabsat 6B, also known as Badr 7, and GSAT 15.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont lumineux.
Well, a beautiful liftoff as Ariane 5 began her mission, rising into the night sky off of French Guiana, a trail of fire against the night sky. Right on time, 2020 local, carrying her passenger Intelsat 29E. So we are underway. The boosters are providing 92% of the thrust, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at ever higher velocity, getting her away from the pull of the Earth. The DDO says all is well on board. And there is a lot to pull. Ariane.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. La propulsion est nominale, les paramètres bord sont nominaux. La trajectoire est normale, les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Only moments to go, and we will hear the famous countdown in French from Corbu. Enjoy the show.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. Les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
One for the history books, and in the memory of the late, great Muhammad Ali, the rumble in the Amazon jungle tonight is that mighty Ariane 5 ECA as she roars into the sky above Kourou. My 10th time that I've called a launch, takes my breath away every time. We're 57 seconds into the flight, Ariane 5 breaking the sound barrier here in Kourou, and the massive Jupiter facility beginning to shake right now as the launcher roars out over Devil's Island, made famous by the movie Papillon. 1,300 tons of thrust breaking the Ariane 5, free from the bonds of Earth's gravity. 90% of that power coming now from the two boosters, each one 31 meters tall, 100 feet. They're burning 240 tons of solid propellant in 2 minutes, more than 2 tons a second. When the boosters have done their job, and that'll be in less than a minute from now, Ariane will be 70 kilometers in the sky, traveling more than a mile a second, faster than a speeding bullet. And you can see on the bottom...
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. Les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Dix, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
It's an e-ticket ride tonight as we rumble the Amazon jungle. The mighty Ariane 5 ECA roars into the sky over Kourou.
12 de DDO. Attention pour le décompte final. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage. Les paramètres de propulsion sont tous nominaux. La trajectoire est nominale, tous les paramètres en bord sont normaux.
Darting behind the clouds, in and out. Ariane 5 beginning her mission. Beautiful shots, lifting off at 10:06 local from the ground, roaring off the ground here in French Guiana, beginning her mission, the 9th for Arianespace this year, carrying the 4 new satellites in the Galileo constellation.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage EPC. Allumage des EAP, décollage.
Well, at 17:30 local time and right on time, you saw Ariane 5 began her mission lifting off perfectly from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, beginning her mission the 11th and last
Les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
this year, as the DDO says all is well on board.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage.
So right on schedule at 18:39 local, Ariane 5 beginning her mission, lifting off perfectly and beautifully from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot
Tous
of
les
fire.
paramètres à bord sont normaux.
Streaking through the clouds, as the DDO says all is well on board, beginning her mission, the second for Ariane Space this year, with 2 new telecom satellites for major regional operators.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP et décollage.
Now, tell me truthfully, was that worth the wait or not? Ariane 5 beginning her mission, lifting off beautifully from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire. Beginning her mission, the 4th for Ariane Space this year, with her 2 new satellites for different regions, for Latin America and for Asia. Making her way up through the clouds, which have passed over us, giving us a great
Les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
DDO says everything is well on board. The 2
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des 2 EAP et décollage Ariane 237. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux. La propulsion est nominale. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
Well, no doubt about it. Night has turned to day, and the rumble in the Amazon jungle is that mighty Ariane 5 ECA. She's roaring out over Devil's Island. Take a look at that picture right now. 1 minute into flight coming up, and the Ariane 5 has already broken the sound barrier here in Kourou.
If you're not settled in, pull up a chair and enjoy the launch, because we're going to cut away and let you listen to the DDO, and he will call out the final seconds. Remember, the cryo arms will open at about -7 seconds.
À tous les DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. paramètres bord sont nominaux.
So at 17, what is it, 17:15, 18:15, and right on time, well, with a 5-minute delay, Ariane 5 began her mission, lifting off
La propulsion est nominale.
in French Guiana with a lot of fire. Nice shot of the birds on the port side as she took off. I don't know if you could see that. The DDO is saying that everything is going smoothly on board as Ariane begins her mission, the 7th for Ariane Space.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
2 new satellites for new services for new customers around the globe.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des 2 EAP et décollage Ariane 239. Les paramètres à bord sont corrects.
And as the DDO calls out that all is working flawlessly on board, Ariane 5, right on time, begins her mission, lifting off with a lot of fire, as you saw, carrying her 2 new satellites. The 2 boosters are providing 90, that's 90% of our thrust right now. The DDO is saying all is fine on board.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des 2 EAP et décollage Ariane 240 Galileo Foc M7. La propulsion est nominale.
Dix, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top. Allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage EAP, top décollage. La propulsion est nominale.
DDO says all is normal, and you saw at 19:20 local time, and right on time, Ariane
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage.
Neuf, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des 2 EAP et décollage vers 244. La
La propulsion est nominale. «
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP et décollage VA 243, sanction Ariane 5. Sont nominaux. La propulsion est nominale. Trajectoire toujours nominale. «
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage 2 EAP, décollage.
Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des 2 EAP et décollage Ariane 246 avec GSAT-11 et GeoComSat-2A. La propulsion est nominale.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage Ariane VA 247.
Neuf, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top. Allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage EAP et top décollage. Les paramètres bons sont conformes à l'attendu.
Local time and right on time, you saw it. Ariane 5 began her mission roaring off from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire going up through the thin cloud layer. We had so much rain today, we didn't think we'd have any visibility at all. But look at her go. She's carrying 2 satellites, 2 new telecom satellites, the 2 boosters providing 90% of our thrust right now, propelling the
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage des EAP et décollage. Paramètres bord sont normaux, la propulsion est nominale. De la manœuvre en roulis. Les paramètres bord sont nominaux.
So at 16:30 local time and right on time, Ariane 5 began her mission, lifting off from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire and with 2 new satellites rising into the bright blue sky.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP, décollage. Les paramètres à bord sont normaux. La propulsion est nominale.
Well, that is a spectacular sight. Ariane 5.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage EAP et décollage. Début de la manœuvre en roulis. Les paramètres bord sont nominaux.
And we are off. Ariane 5 is blazing a trail across the equatorial skies.
La propulsion est nominale.
And there we see her. She's come out from the other side of the clouds, powering her way into space, heading east, out over the Atlantic Ocean. We've broken the sound barrier, Mach 1. We're travelling faster than the speed of sound.
La trajectoire est nominale.
And we can just hear the sound of Ariane now coming to us here at the Jupiter Control Center overhead. Thundering.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top! Allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage EAP et décollage VA252. Propulsion nominale.
There we go. Gosh, I have
Tous les
to say, it is
paramètres
always
bord
an
sont
extremely
normaux.
moving experience to watch this. It's my second live, but my goodness, it is something else, isn't it, Josh? You've been doing this for years.
I've never seen one from the terrace here, or just now at plus 50 seconds, getting the noise of the liftoff with that delay.
There you go. I don't know if you can hear us, but here we go. And yeah, we have, this is a very loud noise. So we have our launcher has passed Mach 1, and it is now moving faster than the speed of sound.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage VAP. Décollage. La propulsion est nominale.
And we are off. Galaxy 30, Mission Extension Vehicle 2 and BSAT 4B have started their journey. He's telling us that the trajectory is normal. And we've broken the sound barrier, Damien.
Exactly. We are now traveling faster than the speed of sound, which is equal roughly to 1,200 km per hour, and the speed will continue to increase in the coming seconds.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage VAP, décollage.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage des deux EAP et décollage VA255, SE17 et Syracuse 4A.
Beaucoup de nuages malheureusement.
À tous de DDO, attention pour les décomptes finales. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top.
And we have engine start. And
Allumage
liftoff.
VAP, décollage.
Decollage, liftoff from a tropical rainforest to the edge of time itself. James Webb begins a voyage back to the birth of the universe. Punching a hole through the clouds, 20 seconds into the flight, good pitch program reported.
Trajectoire est nominale.
Vehicle performance is nominal.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage 2 EAP, décollage. Propulsion nominale, tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP. Et décollage. La trajectoire est nominale. « 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top !» Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP décollage. La propulsion est nominale.
And we are off. How wonderful to see the mighty Ariane roaring across that equatorial sky. Definitely a launch to savor. We are now over 1 minute into the flight as she powers her way into space, heading east out over the Atlantic Ocean. Raphael, Mathieu, a reaction?
It's hard to get tired of it, right? I mean,
it's amazing.
Look at this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP décollage. La propulsion est nominale. La propulsion est nominale.
And there we go. We've seen the Ariane 5 lift off, roaring through the tropical sky, carrying juice on the first leg of her journey into space. And now she has disappeared under the crowds. And see there, in Kourou, there are many places from which to watch these launches. As you can see, the beach, any place. And here we have a glimpse again of the rocket. Raphael, it's an amazing sensation for you as well, I'm sure.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top, allumage moteur Vulcain. Allumage 2 EAP, décollage. Propulsion nominale. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux. nominal.
Syracuse 4B and Heinrich Hertz satellite blazing a trail on board the last ever Ariane 5 across the equatorial skies, and we can hear the rumble of her engines as she flies over.
It's very impressive, and we are, 11 kilometers from the pad, and the delay of the vibration is a bit amazing. We cannot get tired of it, and we have a very good view of the launcher right now.
Nominal.
He's telling us that the trajectory is nominal, everything is going according to plan. 1 minute and 56 seconds into the launch. Fantastic view of Ariane 5.
Well, we have a very good view. I'm sure we will see the booster separation with the camera.
Nominal.
So the propulsion is working perfectly, nominally, as we say in the space jargon. And here we will see the booster separation. Yeah, we see it.
Séparation de deux EAP.
Wow.
And we have confirmation from the range operations manager.
Look at this. That's absolutely amazing.
Those two boosters on the right and the left being jettisoned. The white dot in the middle, the Vulcan engine.
So they are providing 90% of the overall thrust. And so they have been jettisoned. They are 240 tons each. The launcher on the ground was 771 tons.
And we don't need them anymore. We're shedding weight.
So everybody is completely nominal.